Hi, it's Red Snapper and Pamper. And welcome to the Showgirl's Closet. Today we are going to test a puppy. I'm kidding, we already own her. There is no testing. She's nervous about many things. Hi. You okay? Okay, I'm gonna set her down now. Today we are going to look at a handheld sewing machine and see how well it works. I've talked about sewing machines in the past. Best sewing machine for a new sewist or for an everyday sewist to make the most out of your sewing experience. But you may be tempted by these get a $20 handheld sewing machine deals. And I want to show you how they actually work for an experienced sewist who is a novice with a handheld sewing machine. This is an Aldi deal. True confessions time. I watch YouTube before bed, and one of my favorite channels is The Deal Guy. These are the best deals available at Aldi. In this month, and with so many deals, this just might be my best video yet. He's fantastic, and I learn about so many things that are available at Aldi that I wouldn't otherwise. So they had this little handheld sewing machine for $20. I've thought before it would be really great to have a handheld sewing machine backstage as a standard part of the show's backstage kit, backstage emergency kit, where, you know, they might have spare pasties, spare pasty tape, eyelashes, eyelash glue, feminine hygiene supplies, lots of things that you might need. And there's usually a little handheld sewing kit available in that backstage kit that a lot of shows will have. The producer will bring it in with them so that there's something in case of emergency. So when he talked about this $20 sewing machine available at Aldi, I decided, you know what? At that price point, I'm absolutely happy to get one and test it out on the channel. So this little handheld machine came with, I didn't open this up yet, I think spare bobbins, maybe a spare needle. Let's see what we got. Oh, I guess a thread mounting thing. So if I wanted to use a full spool of thread, I could use that for it. A threader, a needle. It's interesting the way they've got this needle packaged. See, it's got a little tube at the end. I don't know what size this needle is. So, of course, I don't know if you're going to use this machine if you're sewing something that's like a fine fabric. Like, ooh, gee, I've got to sew some silk. Let me break out the handheld sewing machine. No. Instructions, which I'm sure I will have to reference. This was pre-threaded, so thankfully I didn't have to thread it. And the warranty card. And again, this was a $20 machine, so I don't have super high expectations. The way this works is it goes sideways. I tested it out the other day and it goes sideways, but you have to really direct the fabric when you're trying to sew. I don't know that I would be able to reach down and hem my pants with this. Like, ooh, gee. Oh, here, let's put a leg up here. I don't think this would work very well, right? Because it's awkward to operate. I guess it'd have to be like this because of where the plate is. It's very, very awkward. So if you got one of these for backstage, it would be for emergency use only, I think. And you'd still have to do some needle and thread sewing. But the way this works, you have to, I think this, I believe this moves the needle up and down. Yeah, this is the tension. There's the bobbin. And then this, you have to slide this back and then hit the button for it to go. I think it's AA batteries or maybe AAA batteries. And they were already inside when I got it. It included batteries. I had to pull out the little plastic strip. But it already, oh, 4 AA's.
Okay.
Let's try it. I think we're going to try it on this cotton fabric first. This flawed little piece of fabric from Hawaii. Just going to slide this in here. Oh, that needle seems very low. Oh, I was just messing with it. That's why. Okay. Now I've got a little bit of spare thread in here. It only works with one piece of thread or one thread source. On a regular sewing machine, you have that bobbin beneath, and then you've got your spool on top that feeds into the machine. So the thread kind of weaves, like the needle goes in and pulls up, you know, some thread, and there's like a loop. So it weaves together. There are amazing videos. I can't explain it very well, and I am not going to make Mr. Snapper do an illustration of how it works because I make him do everything else in the world. So, so it's one thread. So the way it looks on the bottom is different from what you would expect if you've only worked with regular old sewing machines. So here we go. I'm going to turn this. Oh, was it? Oh, I guess it was locked on. Okay. So I'll hit this. Do you see how messy this is? Okay. Looking beneath, you can see it's doing little chains. Oh, and it skipped a stitch, of course. That's where it went off the rails here. Maybe because I wasn't giving it enough fabric tension. I don't know how you could pin this and sew at the same time. Like, look at all those skipped stitches in there. Okay. You raise the needle. There we go. I think that's as high as it goes. I'm going to get some scissors. Lift this and very carefully pull this out. Oh no, I touched it. Okay, I think I have to lock it off. There we go. This goes higher than where the needle is. Don't love that. Okay. Come on. Let me have it. Oh, oops. Okay. All right, I guess on the feed dogs at the bottom, it was sharp enough that it cut the thread. Okay, so looking at the underside. Now this was just pulling it through by hand or guiding it by hand. There's the top with the skipped stitches. And there is the bottom. And I would have to secure, I mean, I don't have an end of the thread over here because it got caught in the feed dogs and broke. But I would have to secure the stitches on this side, but it's not, you know, beautifully stitched all the way across. All right, there's the first test. Let's see if I have any pins. Okay. Let's try a shorter end. Now this, actually go like this. This is stretchy fabric and it's not cut in a wonderful fashion. I just needed some scraps for this. So we'll start, guess I should put something here and then I'll put something at the other end, because if you're fixing the seam on a dress or seam on your breeches or something like that, this might be what you would have to do. Ooh, what you'd have to do. Okay. Going in at the edge. Wait a second. If I go in on the edge like this, then I risk hitting my pin. So let's go here. There are no markings on here to know what the seam allowance is as well. This is more of something you'd use in an emergency. Also, I don't want to hold this close to my face because I'm not wearing any protective eyewear. And this is a very new thing to me, this particular machine. I believe when working with needles, you should, needles and machines, you should wear protective eyewear. So you never know if something's going to pop in a stupid way. Maybe if I hold this thread here. Ooh, this is really not working with this fabric. Wow. Bro, can you not think with... I feel like a kiddie sewing machine, like a child sewing machine would work better. Oh yeah, it's getting caught on something. It's not advancing now. So what do we have here? What do we have? Oh, we still have, is the needle in there? No. But that is, woof. What a disaster. Okay, so spandex is a big no with what this machine can do. So spandex, epic fail. It didn't even catch for the stitches. So, woof. It did okay with this cotton. Okay though, it did okay. So I've got one more cotton here. I didn't press this. It's kind of a mess. All right. I'm sure there are YouTube videos out there on how to use one of these successfully and well. But this is from an experienced sewist here, just not experienced with this. I'm trying to hold this tail of the thread, ooh, and I'm accidentally pulling the stitches. It's skipping. All right, let's pull this pin. More skipped stitches, and I still have my thumb on the thread trying to keep it from pulling. I don't want it to pull out. Oof. Woof. Okay, well, I pulled on this accidentally and it took out all of the thread from the end. You can see there are a few stitches there, but it's mostly skipped stitches. All right, my assessment of this from trying on 2 pieces of cotton and 1 piece of spandex is that it would be much better to use a needle and thread backstage versus something that seems like it would be faster. I mean, it seems like a good idea. It seems like, ooh, there's a machine involved. I would be able to just zip my stitches down and fix something. But no, in reality, no. If I was pressed for time backstage and had to make a repair, and I would think, without this experience, I would think, oh, there's an electric handheld sewing machine that I can use to stitch this. It will take no time at all. And I was waiting to go on stage. I was queued up, you know, and I had to make this repair. I would be so frustrated and distracted by the failure of this machine, and I would feel like I wasted time getting ready for my audience. So would I recommend? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't recommend this for a beginning sewist either, because if you get somebody something like this for a birthday or a holiday, and you think this is going to solve their problem, they'll be able to sew, it's by hand, it's great. They will have so many failures that I think it would turn them off from sewing almost completely. So if you have a budding sewist, invest in a real machine, or co-sponsor one. Go in and spend, I'll give you $20 towards your machine. You have to raise the rest of the money by selling lemonade, or, let's go to Goodwill and find a sewing machine and pay for it to be serviced and use that instead. But no. This is not a good investment. It is not a good gift. It is not a problem-solving piece. It is a terrible solution. I'm glad that I got to test this for you. So hopefully you didn't go out and spend any money on one of these ever. If you did, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Is there something that I'm doing very wrong that makes this an excellent machine and makes the stitches not skip or makes them catch in spandex? I'd love to know. I really would. Reading through the instructions ahead of this, it didn't really do a lot for me. So I'd love to hear your personal experience. Please be sure to like, subscribe, boop that bell for notifications. Thank you so much to my patrons. I appreciate you, and you'll see me next time. Bye.